I guess on my hair, she look all right. And with that actually sitting there like this creams, and I had to have them, sis. All 5 of them. Here, I just had, we're gonna discontinue it, but I had to pick up their book of shadows, honey. Color grade makes cheap fan, expensive breeze, good times. Wow, so serious. Alright, see, not doing this no more. This about to be an unedited video. I've been trying to figure out, Torrence, when you gonna find the energy and time to do this video. The last video I did for my If I Can Only Keep 10 Palettes video, I'll leave that link right here. I did that completely unedited because it was a way of getting it in, out, get it going. And I'm like, Torrence, this bag right here full of highlighters just been sitting right here in my room. I keep them in here because I keep telling myself I'm going to do a video about if I can only keep 10 highlighters, and I never get it done. So you know what? Oh, excuse me, see? As soon as I try to do an unedited video, that's what's going to happen. But you know what? We're going to keep that in there just to prove to y'all that this is unedited. But today, we're going to be talking about 10 highlighters I would keep if I could only keep 10. And I'm not sure if anybody else has come up with this idea. I am more than positive someone has. So if for any reason I find out that they did, I'll make sure I leave their information in the description bar below, as well as leave their video tag right here. It's just that doing that first video got me thinking of this one, and I'm tired of holding it off. So I'm like, okay, Torrence, we about to pull these bad boys out. We're going to show everybody which 10 highlighters it would be if I could truly only keep 10. Like, nothing else, everybody else, you guys to go. So I'm like, all right, what would be the first one? The first one I will go with just because I wanted to make sure I show y'all this. I'm trying to pull them all out and just set them down because, honey, I don't want to drop nothing because I can't afford to chase crap. My very first highlighter, if I could only keep one, this is one I've used on the channel plenty of times before. It hurts my feelings because it is limited edition. The brand to me makes amazing limited edition highlighters, but it seems like for some reason their permanent ones are trash. First one, if I could only keep one, Fuego by Dose of Colors, honey. This highlighter here is absolutely beautiful. This was part of the Desi and Katie collection here. Absolutely stunning. I got a huge dip in it. You can see where my fan brush dips in it all the time. And when I tell you, she's stunning. She's absolutely stunning. She gives me a beautiful glow to the skin. She's absolutely amazing. She makes my skin just look nice and wet. And look at that. Look at the way she shines. She builds absolutely amazing, and you can see how she just looks like a sheer veil right there. She almost come off looking like a pair of pantyhose or something. Absolutely beautiful. She is not the world's most blinding highlighter, and that's why I love her, because she looks just nice and just moist and wet on the skin, but I can build her up. But I usually never have to worry about her coming off looking too over the top and scary and gonna get all up in everybody's face. So first one we're gonna go ahead and keep gonna be this one here. Another one simply because we already talked about limited edition ones, because I think that one's already sold out, so you can't get it unless you probably like buy it secondhand. So I'm like, okay, Torrence, while we talking about highlighters like that, let's keep it going. Another one. This is from Nars. This is the Banc Sable highlighter palette. One of the best they've ever done. And once again, Nars is like probably my favorite makeup brand of all time. Like when I think of all products across the board, from complexion to eyeshadows to brushes, things like that, there are very few brushes that are good across the board, I feel, the way that Nars is. But what just makes me go like, honey, how? All of this and this is what we get? This limited edition palette, absolutely amazing. People still talk about it years later that have it now. And my favorite shade in here, because it comes with 3 different shades, is this one here in the middle called Sable. Absolutely fabulous. One of the best they've ever done. Their permanent highlighters, I've never heard nobody say they love though. Nobody. Nobody. I've heard people say they're nice. I heard people say they like them. But this is a holy grail favorite. Many people I know with this refuse to even sell it if you ask for it. And look at this swatch on this one. Oh, look how smooth and creamy. Oh, look at that. Absolutely beautiful. You can see how that one's much more opaque. But to me, she has a slight more bit of shine. But because the color's a little bit lighter, it makes it a little bit easier to see that one there. But I'm telling you, she is beautiful. And if you missed that one from Banc de Sable, that same formula came in the Board de Plage palette. I did not put this one in here because I don't use this one as often. But this is another limited edition one from Nars that everybody was like, y'all have this formula and y'all use it limited edition. Why not use it in your permanent one? But because I don't use this one, I'm just letting you know. If you don't got Banc de Sable, which is my number 2 pick, go ahead and make sure you got Board de Plage. Since we still own limited edition and discontinued ones, for number 3, I'm going to go in with this one here. This one has like a blinding, do not play with me. If you don't want to beam from, I'm talking about from the stars, you put it on here on Earth and an alien sitting on Saturn gonna be like, who is that over there shining like that? ABH Soul Hollywood. When I first got into makeup, these were the girls to go after. I believe they had a Riviera one, they had another one, but this was the one for my complexion, and I've used her so much that I've even cut chunks of it out and put her into eyeshadow palettes for other people just to make sure they could have one. I would just grind it up, repress it into a small eyeshadow pan, that way they could have a sample size, but I wasn't getting rid of this. And when I tell you, honey, just that embossing right there, like, do y'all see that? Look at how pretty she is. This was one of those highlighters that when I first tried, it instantly told me, oh, she not for play. She comes and she's gonna beam, because watch this. You see those first two? I love them. But watch this number 3. You see how much more opaque she is than the other ones? You see how much she shines? And I promise you, this second shade is lighter than that shade, but she appears lighter because of the way she reflected that light. That one ain't playing with you, and that's why once I first got on that one, I was like, highlighters don't have to just be a little sheer little wash of gleam. You can go in and truly, like Nikki Tutorials level, beam, beam, beam. I was hooked. I'm somebody who's always been a contour girl. Truth be told, to this day, I still prefer contour over highlight just because I got oily skin and I figure I'm going to glow regardless. But then sometimes you step back and you start seeing some of these other ones and you be like, ooh, girl, that's pretty. Another one, discontinued, honey. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. It ain't my fault. I love highlighters. It's not my fault that the brands be getting rid of them. But if I can only keep 10, I'm gonna have to keep 10 that I love. And number 4, another one, the Diorskin Nude Air Luminizer. First, look at that compact. Baby, I don't even think that they make these metal-like compacts anymore. If this isn't metal, it's surely a heavy plastic that's made to look like metal, and she's absolutely stunning. I bought this one simply because Rihanna's old makeup artist, Myla Morales, suggested it to me, and anything she said as far as makeup go, I was on it. If she said it, I wanted it. And when I first got it, I didn't quite understand it. It was that highlighter that I looked at it because it says Nude Air Luminizer. But I'm telling you, oh, she gives you a glow. But it just wasn't that strong beam that I was used to from ABH. So I didn't appreciate it at first. But I'm telling you, whether you go in and you put a nice light layer or you go in and you beam her up, look at that. Look at the way she shines, honey. And I know y'all probably sitting back looking like, honey, that looked like 4 different variations of the same thing. But I mean, I ain't got but one skin tone, honey, so most of my highlighters gonna come out around the same tone and, you know, give me the same look. But they got slight variations of sheens and undertones to them that make them good for other things. And this one here, I promise you, this Nude Air Luminizer, now that I know they no longer even have that formula, you couldn't even get that one out of me if they wanted to buy it from me. You could offer me triple the price, and just because I bought it from mine, because mine was said it, you can't have it from me. So I'm sitting here looking like, Torrence, you might want to go in and just add a little bit extra to your skin right now, but we're going to go ahead and leave that alone. And I just had to dip down right here because I realized we done did 4 swatches, honey. And now that all 4 of these fingers is covered in highlighter, we ain't going to be able to pick nothing else up and get some more swatches going. So let me go ahead and wipe these off. Baby, I still ain't got through with all of those makeup wipes because that time that I was down with that broken leg, I didn't need no makeup. But we almost through with them, honey. We almost through. I ain't bought no more because, you know, I done upgraded my life. We trying to be more eco-friendly. But for now, the ones we do have, we going to enjoy. And at number 5, I'm sitting back thinking to myself, Torrence, we wanted to get all those limited edition ones out. You wanted to talk about everything that was already gone. So now we get to switch over to something that has more than just a basic golden champagne color to it. This one here, one of my all-time favorites. I honestly was going to wear it today. If you all want to see what this look turned out like, how to do this look, I'll make sure I'll post this video at a later time. I'll post that right here. But I don't have this up right now. It's going to be coming the very next day. The thing is, this highlighter right here, I love it so much I bought a backup because she was just that beautiful. The compact on the skin. And this is Becca's Light Chaser highlighter and Champagne Dream Flashes Bling. First off, look at this little spaceship. Look at that. Like, I used to call these little bitty UFOs because that's what they look like to me, and they produce an out of this world glow. But this shade here has a pink flip to it. And I'm telling you, on those days where I'm wearing a full face of makeup, I want to feel pretty, I want a beam, I want some color, but I don't have time for eyeshadow, I know I can wear this and get a similar look to the one I'm wearing now, but it has just a slight bit more pink. It's just a stronger beam of it. And I love this so much, I'm telling you. I have a brand new backup that I've never used, but this one here, I'm quite sure I'm going to use her up. I'm not even worried about it. But look at this color here, watch. I'm about to, look, you see she almost looks like the rest, but that slight pink flip to it, I want to see if I can actually swatch this out toward the end to see if it's going to show you that pink undertone to it. You see how that has that pink right there? That's why I like it, because you could just be walking up the street and everybody thinks you have a nice normal highlight, and it's not to your cheek turns just the slightest bit that they'll get that pink hue to it. So I'm sitting back like, I absolutely love her. I'm so upset that makeup has a shelf life because I know eventually one day this particular color and formula will not be available. I know somebody gonna dupe it, come out with something extra, something different, but I want this compact, this formula for life. So he got to go in my top 10. And that's why I got her here at number 5 with me. Number 6, I wanted to go with that same company because they have absolutely amazing highlighters. Absolutely beautiful. The thing is, this particular case is no longer available, but the 2 shades that I'm going to, well, the 1 shade in here I'm going to show you is. And that is, if I could only keep 1 highlighter, 10, the 1 highlighter I'm going to keep is Prosecco Pop from Becca. But what I'm going to keep it in is my Jaclyn Hill face palette. This face palette is so absolutely stunning when I tell you. Probably the best thing Becca done ever put out besides that Ever Matte Primer. But this shade here, Prosecco Pop, stunning. I done had it for years. She been beautiful. But because I know Becca going out of business, guess who got Prosecco Pop in the single this year, but ain't gonna tell nobody because I didn't have to spend that extra money, but I got it on half off so I don't feel bad about it, and you can't make me. But this highlighter, you think people play? Guess who don't play about that shine? Becca. Look at her. Probably the warmest of them all so far. But you can see that shine, that beam. She's up there. She's extremely smooth, extremely blendable. But on an everyday, I just need a highlighter, Prosecco Pop. I need a fun pop of color, Champagne Dream Flashes Bling. Now I'm sitting back like, okay, Torrence, you done showed off, what, 7 different highlighters? Yep, we had 7. So now at number 8, numbers 8, 9, and 10 is like 3 more highlighters that I absolutely love, and I honestly thought all 3 were permanent. I just had to double back and check and just realize. Number 8, they still make products in this particular formula. They no longer make this shade. But it is an absolute stunner, and I'm so hurt to find out they don't, because it's the one that is perfect for me. This one here is the only loose highlighter I have on this list, and that is the Bare Minerals All Over Face Color in the shade Secret Radiance. When I tell you, Bare Minerals is probably one of the most slept on brands in the makeup world. They make such amazing products, and their highlighters are loose. Most of the best products they've ever come out with were loose, but this one here is called Secret Radiance. All of their highlighter powders are called Radiance. I know my favorite ones are Flawless Radiance, Secret Radiance, and it's another one. But this one here has just the most beautiful champagne color to it. And because it's in loose form, I don't want to shake too much out, because you can see it has just those slight 3 holes there. So what I want to do is just grab a small tray or something I can put some down on, and then I can go ahead and do a swatch of that, because I don't want to just sprinkle this all over the place. And I'm going to make sure, I'm telling y'all, when I found out Bare Minerals no longer has this, I'm so glad I already got it, because baby, I don't think they've ever come out with a highlighter that matches me even more closely. And I'm going to get me a nice, good fat dip in the finger on that one. Look at the Secret Radiance, honey. You would think a company that makes, you know, loose mineral bare stuff, look at that. It gives off the most natural looking sheen, honey. When I tell you, you can buff this edge out, and it really looks like you just took the best lotion or moisturizer and just have it glistening across the skin. Like, you don't even barely see it right there on the side. Like, look at how this patch of skin right here looks much more glowy and hydrated than back here on the other side. Like, oh my goodness. And I just can't understand why their products aren't even more popular than what they are, because I'm telling you, the Bare Minerals Radiance powders, I wish just one year they would do like a collector's edition set where they do 10 or 15 of all of the colors they've released in the past in itty bitty miniature jars, because this here will last me 3-4 lifetimes. You will never go through a full Radiance powder by Bare Minerals, because they're that pigmented and they create such a natural glow on the skin that I'm just sitting here looking at it like, as far as swatches go, he may look like the sheers and the one that offers the least amount of color, but because he's so sheer, it blends into the skin that much more beautifully, and you can build her up, and she just, probably out of all 10 highlighters on this list, that's probably the most natural looking one of them all. Number 9 and 10, honey. Number 9 and 10. I'm sitting here looking like, ooh, ooh, because we got, wait, those 2, those 4, those 6, those 8. Yep. Baby, this is live, so I got to kind of make sure I don't want to drop nothing, don't want to move nothing nowhere in the wrong spot, because I got only so many swatches on my hands, so I'm trying to make sure, like, wait, why that don't look like this one? Why that don't look like that one? Why that don't look like that one? Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Am I the only one who sees 7 swatches? Let me go back over this, because baby, I done lost track. This first one, we got Dose of Colors. Second one, we had that Nars. That third one, we got Dior, we got ABH, we got Becca, we got Bare Minerals. Who the hell is we missing? Y'all, it's been a long day. I'm glad I got this lap so y'all can see that this little bag right here was covering one little highlighter right there. And I'm sitting back looking like Torrence. If you only got 7 swatches, you got to have 8, 9, and 10 somewhere. Just like when you're doing your makeup and you can't find a makeup brush, honey, this is why this is live. Number 8. Probably the one that, 8. The one that shocked me the most, like, everybody was talking about it. Everybody, oh, she looked like this, she looked like that. We're going to get the... Honey, I held off on buying it for so long because I kept saying, 1, it costs too much, and 2, everything she do is overhyped. Everything she do is overhyped. But I got her. I ain't gonna lie, she worth it. That's gonna be the Natasha Denona Super Glow. This little bad boy, you will look at it and you will go, okay, packaging look a little nice, but look like a basic highlighter. What's this gonna be? Honey, if you ain't never tried a Natasha Denona highlighter, you showing yourself how limited you want to be in your makeup. Because she is worth every penny. And look at this at number 8. Another one. Just like the what's name. I swatched that with the pinky just because I always have a hard time swatching with pinky and that's the only one left. But when I tell you, when you blend her out, I want to give y'all a second swatch of that just so you can see. This one here comes off looking like almost nothing on the skin. But once it's on there, she literally catches the light like nobody else. Just like that Bare Minerals, once you buff her out, you almost barely can detect her on the skin. But she creates such a beautiful glow. And if you look, the Natasha Denona one creates just a slight bit more glow than the Bare Minerals to me because the Natasha Denona one isn't quite as warm. So it catches the light a little easier just because it doesn't match my skin quite as well. But you can look at that. Even back here where it's completely blended out where you don't see a line, you can see where my skin looks nice and highly moisturized. And she's absolutely beautiful. Out of all of them, once again, that Bare Minerals is probably the one that looks the most natural. But because she's no longer available, that Natasha Denona one, if you can find her and you can find a match to your complexion, try her. She comes off extremely bright, extremely beautiful, extremely wet. But she beautiful. I need me another wipe because baby, these gonna be the last one. Oh, the last wipe right here on it. And because these gonna be the last of the swatches. See, that makes sense. 4 full fingers mean that's numbers 5 through 8. Because I'm sitting there looking at the swatches and my fingers like, how do we get our numbers all mixed up? We only got 2 left from this. The last 2 are 2, I ain't gonna lie. Number 9. I had already told myself I was going to love it before I tried it just because I know I'm biased, but I can admit that. Number 10 was one I just heard everybody else talking about it, tried it, and I joined the bandwagon. So at number 9, you could be a mean money or you could be a hustler, baby, but you can have both of them if you grab the Fenty Beauty Freestyle, what is this called? The Freestyle Highlighter Duo. You can get them both. This is one of those highlighters where if you truly want a subtle highlight, like with Mean Money, or you want to go for the glow, like Hustler Baby, you can have them both. They both fit my complexion, but because I'm that give it to me type of girl, Hustler Baby right here is the one I use all the time. I think I might have tried this once or twice, but it's like, honey, why come over here and get a little something when I come over here and get a whole lot of something, and baby. And then the name too, like Hustler Baby, just had me feeling myself. This one here, absolutely love her. Nice, bright, beaming, look almost like the other ones. And like you can see, baby, all of these is basically starting to blend into the same thing because these are the type of shadows that I like. Colors that I like for my highlighter. But this one here, she's beautiful. And I just want to show you, compared to the others, when you buff her out, she is nice and beautiful. But you can tell an opaque highlighter that you blend out shows up on the skin a lot easier right here than it would one of those down here that come up almost translucent. Like you can truly see my skin underneath those highlighters right here. Even though I absolutely love her, I like this highlighter for those days I want to beam, and you can see how much more of my skin is being covered right here with that one. Same thing with this last one. Last on the list would probably be, if I could only have one highlighter for the rest of my life and all of these had to go, all of them, I would be hurt, but I know I would be good because this one, like the rest of them, got that nice beautiful golden champagne color. But when I tell you I want something that's going to shine, that's going to beam, that's going to build up, something good enough to wear as an eyeshadow on its own, my favorite highlighter, my most used highlighter of life, MAC Oh Darling. Don't let this simple, basic, compact fool you, honey. What's inside is what I consider to be the best. The best. Honey, you can see how one side of this looks so tore up, so messed up, honey, because I go in and I goes ham. I love her. I'm going to show y'all down here. Watch this. Number 10. You see that level of shine. You see how bright she is. But watch how when I try to buff her out, you see how even when buffing out, that color stays just as strong, just as vibrant, just as beautiful. That's what I be wanting from my highlighter, honey. I be wanting something that when I put her down, she gonna be a highlighter that's gonna sit there and let you know I'm beaming. And she's so opaque, you can see that if I wanted to go in and powder on as an eyeshadow, she lets me do that. And that's like, even though, what looks right here, like 10 different colors, because I'm trying to make sure y'all get a nice, beautiful view of this. Look at these different colors, honey. You can see how they have slightly variations, slight different, amounts of opaqueness, because some you can see through, some you can't. But I'm telling you, these are the 10 highlighters I would keep if I couldn't have no other ones. If you're only gonna leave me with one, bam. And although these are not in any particular order, she came in number 10, she get 10 points, she the all-star, she the champion, and I absolutely love her. And I hope you all got a good laugh out of this video, because honey, I didn't feel quite so good sitting on camera looking like a fool knowing I lost a highlighter and was sitting there trying to count and figure out, what is this? But honey, real life things happening behind the scenes, honey. I am a one-person production. I'm the producer, I'm the host, I'm the editor, I'm everything but the audience and the judge, which is you all. And even people who got experience doing professional makeup sometimes, lose a little tool here, forget about this and things like that. It's all about bringing it all together, having a good time in the end. So I wanted to make sure I did this video for you all, because I'm telling y'all, I'm going to do a video for this look. This eye look will be coming Saturday. It's just that I have to take the time to sit down and edit that out to make sure it looks good. But I wanted to make sure you all got something, because I skipped a video on Wednesday. I was having health issues and I just wasn't feeling quite well. But I'm feeling better now. I just wanted to make sure I got something out for you all so you didn't have to wait till Saturday. But nothing else to talk about now. So I hope you all truly did enjoy this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you all want to see videos like this featuring other things, like if I could only keep 10 blushes, if I could only keep 10 brushes or things like that, just go ahead and let me know and I can make those for you. If you all prefer to keep videos edited, which is the way I usually prefer, because it gives me a chance to go ahead and look a little smarter, a little more put together than I normally would, go ahead. If you all like the bloopers and the realness and the nervousness of watching this go down live, we can keep that going too, because then that can get me more comfortable on camera, give you all 100% real me. But with nothing else, I'm looking down, making sure I ain't forget nothing. Guess I have it. So I hope you all remember to practice, continue to stay blessed, and until next time, goodbye.